Irv Gotti will be appearing on this week's Drink Champs episode, and he stated that he feels that Fat Joe is no longer his brother, which is a big deal because they've been rocking together for over 20 years. So I'm going to show the small preview of when Irv says this, and we're going to break down how we got up to this point. Man, roll the clip.
That money does change you a little bit.
Once the check clear.
You know,
You're a different nigga.
Fat Joe was my brother.
Right.
I do not feel Fat Joe is my brother anymore.
So if you guys remember, literally a year ago in August 2022, Irv got up on Drink Champs and let off a bombshell talking about Ashanti and how they was getting it on and how he wrote the song Happy after engaging in certain activities with her, and it created an uproar. Well, this situation actually affected his relationship with Fat Joe because Joe went on to speak publicly about Irv and called him a sucker.
And so I'm talking to Nori, and the first thing he tells me, yo, man, I did Drink Champs with Irv. You see what he said? I said, yeah, man. Irv Gotti is a sucker, man. He a sucker. And so my thing is, versus is versus. Whoever won, lost. How long ago was that? How many millions ago was the versus? That's what I want to know. How many M's ago? And I'm not talking crazy to Irv because Irv just closed the deal. You know, God bless him, he's making money. But he tried to take shots at the wrong dude to get his little street cred off of Joe Crab. Don't do that. Okay, we not. Oh my God. Yo, Irv, stop, right? You're a producer. Whatever Irv has with Ashanti is 20 years old, right? And so I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul. But when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it felt like he's not over the young lady, right? And so also we didn't know that they was fucking, right? Because the whole time, I'm there. What's Love, Big Pun Record, on tour. I never seen them together like that. Now, I'm not saying they wasn't. They was. Or there was rumors they was. I never seen it. But I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Right? Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You got to say your truth for your documentary. But to go to Drink Champs and keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting. When you're doing this, it looks like you caught up. You ain't get over the shit. Even if we know you have to be over it because it's 20 years. Right? But on top of that, it just and then everything else, it kind of brings less credibility to everything else you see.
I always maintain that if Irv is your brother, then you call your brother and tell them they wrong privately, and then you can talk about it publicly if people ask and say, I spoke to Irv, I told him I didn't agree with what he did, but to go on live and just put him on blast like that, I felt that was wrong. Well, Irv ends up going on a radio show in Houston in response to Joe and basically calls him a fake friend.
Yeah, I feel like he fooled me. He's not my friend.
Whoa.
I was fooled, but in life you get fooled. But you know what?
What? They don't want you to say nothing?
But in life, forget Joe, because they don't want me to talk about Joe.
Okay,
so I won't talk about Joe. I'll talk about life, right? And in life, everyone goes through friends, people who you thought was your friend. I'm not talking about Joe. Let me talk. So in life, I've had countless friends come and go. So friends, you know, it happens. They come and go. You know, people may be jealous of you on the low. You know, I just signed a deal for $300 million. I know certain people who's my friends, my so-called friends, they may be mad at that. They may have some jealousy and envy with that, and that's cool. We ain't got to be friends no more. I'm totally fine with my immediate family. I don't need any new friends or any old friends who pretended they was my friends, but they revealed themselves. They're not my friends.
It's October 2022 and Joe is on live and says he ran into Irv Gotti and kissed him on his forehead, and they seemed to squash the issues they had over Joe calling him a sucker.
J-Lo was there, Ben Affleck,
Jamie Foxx.
shout out Lauren Ridinger, Jamie Foxx, and Switch and Alicia. They curated the whole thing, and DJ Cassidy, and who else was there? Gloria Stefan and
Alicia Keys.
Khaled and Dave Brutman, and Ja Rule, Irv Gotti. I saw Irv Gotti for the first time. Yo, listen. I saw Irv Gotti for the first time. And let me tell you something. Love is something incredible. I seen him and I kissed him right in his forehead. He was sitting down. I walked up to him, I kissed him in his forehead. Do you know a kiss in the forehead is the most honest kiss you could give? Did you ever know that? You could Google that. The most honest kiss is in the forehead. God wanted it like that. I walk and I immediately see Irv. I kiss him in the forehead and I said, I love you. Nobody loves you more than me. And you can see he normally would argue with somebody, but he looked at me like, okay, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I get it, Joe. You love me. You know what I'm saying? That you know, it's my brother and I love him, man. I love John, love Chris. And that's how that happened right there, man. I seen my brother, I kissed him in the forehead, let him know I love you. And so when you tell a person I love you, and you show them, there's really nothing they can do. They just know you really love them.
Chris Gotti, Irv Gotti's brother, also has a relationship with Joe, but he does an interview and said Joe was on some sucker-ish and he was corny for what he did.
Irv and Ashanti relationship is the Irv and Ashanti relationship. Unless he's fucking Ashanti, which I know he's not. Because then he could have a feeling. Then another man can have a feeling about your relationship with another woman. Yeah. Because he's fucking. And I know that's not the case, so it's like, come on, what you doing? So it had to be he was upset, Irv's comment about verses, which is super sucker shit. I'll use his words. You know what I'm saying? That shit was sucker shit. You know?
I got you.
It's like you don't do that. If you're family, you call. You want ratings, you do it like that.
Not public.
You go public. You want to do something like that, I could shit on any famous nigga by myself, public, in one-on-one. But I would never go public with it. I could talk any way I want to anyone like this as a man. I'm not going on the gram and do that. Not to my family. So he was upset because Irv said, you know, I don't fuck with Joe no more. That's not my friend. He said, oh, we family. Family don't do what you did, nigga. It's like, come on, man. I know all of Joe's people out there when his daughter was born. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what you doing, nigga? You put yourself right with the other suckers. That's what you did, and that shit to me is corny. I told you, I don't condone any corny shit, no matter who it is. When Irv is dead wrong, I call that nigga on. It don't matter. When I heard his interview with Joe, is what made me go listen to Irv's fucking interview to see what he said, so I could check the nigga.
Yeah, okay.
He's speaking his truths and what he did with Ashanti. Why you catching it like that? Like, and then camouflaging it behind that. That's something that's wrong, homie. You don't do that, Joe. Come on,
the
man.
real issue with the verses. Yeah, okay.
The
consensus had John winning that.
You don't do that.
It's November 2022. Joe appears on Hot 97 and admits that he was wrong for the way he handled the situation with Irv Gotti and says he should have called him instead of taking it to live.
So for 20 years, I've been calling this girl my sister. Yeah. Some of my greatest moments in life has been with this girl. I mean, you know.
We all been there though, bro, where you have family members and people you love. Yeah. Everybody's good, and then two people have a bad thing, and you got to manage.
What might have been wrong is me doing it on IG. Could have been a phone call, you know, or something, but I saw that and got me really, really upset. And, you know, and I responded. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the type of respect I got for Irv Gotti and his family, his mother, his sisters, his sons. I know it's awkward. I seen his son at the Knicks game. You know, they used to run up and hug me. And I'm like, yo. And he was like, yo. He still got the yo. You know what I'm
different.
saying? But yeah, it's a little different because, you know, they might feel like, yo, he dissed my father or whatever the case, but I love his father. I love his whole family. I love their unit. I love how they stay together. It's a tight family. Something I had but didn't have on that level.
So I wanted to cover all of this with you guys because it's interesting that if Joe and Irv squashed it, then why does Irv feel like Joe is not his brother anymore? I'm sure there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that we are not privy to, but I am looking forward to this week's Drink Champs interview with Irv to see what he says, and you know we will be covering it here on Panda Chop News. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop News. Peace!